So till now we got the authentication response cookie. So this is the cookie, and we also have the ID, booking ID. Now let's update the data. So the data which we inserted, we need to update it. Now if we jump to the API documentation or Postman, so for update we have put request, right? So this is the put request and this is the URL. This part is the booking ID, the last part. It is coming from the other one. After creation the booking, we are getting this ID, and cookie already have from this authentication token. And this thing, we also have a body and some header is there, also there. Even if we go to the API documentation for this RESTful booker, for updating, if you click here, you will see this is the update part for booking API documentation. So this is the put request, and this is the URL, and this part URI basically, and this is the resource, and here is the ID. And here we need three headers, these three header: content type, accept, and cookie. And then we have this payload data which we need to update, right? So let's see how we can do this thing. So at first I'm going to define this payload data. We can go to Postman, and from here we can actually go to the body part of this put API, and here is the data. So we can copy this thing, and if we open the IDE, then payload data section, I'm going to create another method. So the method name is like public static, it should be static, then string payload data, and this is the put request. For example, put payload data put request. Okay, and this is the string I'm going to return from this this method. Return, then the value. So this is the value I'm going to return. So there is a mistake of the spelling, so I'm going to fix it. RETURN. Okay, now it's fine. So this is the value we added. So this is the payload put data request. So this data is the payload data, and here we see something is there. So previously when we are trying to import like add, we have this data FewSteps 300. These three fields I'm going to change it, like few. Here it should be few updated. I just made this 100. Previously it was 300 when we insert it, and after the update it should be $100, right? Like this way we actually like set our payload data for the request body. So here is the request, right? Now let's make the request. So I'm going to jump the editor again, and inside this API testing I'm going to add the code for this case. So like other cases, we need the URL. So this is the URI bus part, which we don't need to write again. So we can start with given block. So this is the given block, right? So all REST assured API, it has three parts. One is given, and there is when, and there is then, right? So given part. So in the given part, what we need to add? We need to add couple of information. At first we need to add the header, right? So these three header we need to add. So we can add the header content type first. So I can basically we can do this thing. So here is the code, then dot header, and here we just need to add the content type. What is the content type? So from here we can check this will be the content type. So I'm going to copy from there to there content type, and the value should be this thing, this one, applications/json. So I'm going to copy from here to the ID here. Okay, so first header is done, the next header, and then I'm going to add the second header, and again same way for the second header is accept. So I'm going to copy this thing and putting over there accept, comma, and then the value of accept, it should be same as like this one, application JSON, and then I'm going to paste it over there. So first header is done, second header is done basically. Now we have another header, right? So if we go to Postman, we see that another is cookie. So I'm going to copy this cookie header key basically here, and then I'm going to put a dot header, and then here I'm going to add that header key. So this is the key, and I need to add the value, right? So here is the value, right? This part, but here we cannot copy because this is dynamic, right? So we have to capture from other part of this program. So previously we captured in a like variable is called cookie. So I'm going to use that cookie over here, cookie. Okay, now it's done. So given block is done now for our case. And here what we are trying to do, just let me write the thing, updating the like booking, UPDAT, updating the booking. Okay, so given block is done, right? So now the next part is like action block, which is called when block, right? So I'm going to format this code a little bit manually like this. Okay, now I'm going to add the header, not header, I'm going to add the when block dot when block. Okay, so inside this when block we need to tell what we need to do. So here what we are trying to do, we are sending put request, right? We have to mention that put request over there. So I'm going to type put, and then we have to mention the resource here, right? So what is the resource? The resource is the URL, right? Part of the URL and also this ID. So we can copy entire thing for the time now. Then over here, once we are there, we can paste it over there, but it should not be like that. So here we need to change this value. So right now it is manually we typed it, but previously we captured the booking ID from here, from the first API call to add the like booking. We can actually add a comment so that it is easy to understand. So here is adding the booking, adding the booking basically. Here we capture somewhere here on part, like this is booking ID. So we captured this thing after from the response data, right? We captured this thing. So this ID we are trying to update this ID, for example. So here we just need to change the value. So I'm going to remove this, and then I'm going to add their booking ID. So it will create the whole resource, right? Booking plus this one slash plus this ID, right? So the when block is done. That means the second block, action block, is done. Now we need to do some verification or validation, whatever you can say. We can do this thing. So now we have to use then block. So this is the then block, and here we can do many things. We can check different type of things, like the previously we checked hot we checked like this way, then like this, what is called this part we can check whether it is giving me this update or not, like a status code is 200 or something like that. Okay, we can add this thing. So let me do that thing. I just copied that whole line of code, this thing. Now let's jump to the Postman. And Postman, here also we saw after put request it should be 200, right? So let me check whether that is working properly or not, and then we can do the next step. So now this is the update code for this case. Okay, and after we have to put a semicolon so that there will be no error. And once we complete that, basically what we are getting, we are not getting anything basically. It is just trying to raise the request against this like URL, and it is updating the data whatever we put over there. Okay, based on that it is updating. Okay, so we can do one thing, we can check the response so that we can understand it is really working properly or not. Let me run this program first. I'm going to like click this run button, and very shortly, and here we are getting some error. Let me check what are the errors we are getting, and then we can fix it, and we can go continue or completion like next task. Main Java, this is exception failed, exception code but has 400. Okay, So one important thing we missed, right? So when we are updating, basically we passed all the header, but where is the body? We forgot to add the body, right? For post this put request, header part we completed, but body part we forgot, so we need to add the body part. That's why the error is coming, and we can fix it. Now what we need to do, we have to add the body here. This is the body, okay, and body, it is coming from this payload class, right? So I'm going to type payload then dot, and there is a couple of methods are there. So this is the payload data for put request, we mentioned it there, right? So I'm going to click here, and it will be initialized like that way. Now if we try to run, there will be no error. I'm going to run it again, and now there is no error, but it's difficult to understand whether like after the update, whatever we are getting, there is no data basically. So it is difficult to verify, right? Whereas in post, basically we get this type of data, so we can print this type of JSON data over here. So to do this thing, what we need to do, we can do one thing like this. We can use on like before. Do you remember we extracted the value? So same way we can extract that dot. We can go to the next line basically, and then we can write dot extract. Then this is JSON data, right? So extract what we want to extract, the response, right? So this is the response, and then this is a response. So we can initialize this inside a string, like put response like this, or response put anything. So right now there is error because here we have to convert it as a string, okay. Now the error will be gone. So like this, now we can print it, print this put response. We can put like put response, and we can add the variable over here. No, not this one. Again I need to type put response, and then we have to, and this is the variable name is put response, put response. Okay, now run it. So I'm going to click here, or we can right click and we can choose run as Java application, and it will be running, and it will give us this output. Now I'm going to increase the size of this thing so that it is easy to read. So this part is like initial, like log.all, that is printing. We don't need this thing, we need to understand this part. So after the first like post request, whenever we are trying to add any value, basically any new booking, we are getting this data, right? Booking ID 2000, okay, and this is the booking information: first name Few, last name FewSteps, and total price 300, and so many things. Now we got from here we got the booking ID is 2000 from here, and total price is 300. That's fine, this 300 is fine. Now authentication response, we don't need token, this is token value, that's fine. And put response. So now this we have to compare whether we are able to update it or not. So here if you check carefully, first name previously it was Few, now the first name is Few updated, last name it was Steps, now it is Steps updated. So this is the updated value, and total price 300, and now price is 100. So that means the API is working properly, and it is really able to update the data. Okay, so if you want to like check one more time, we can actually modify some data inside this payload. For example, Few updated 2, I mentioned like 2, and like 500, like 1000 for example, 1000 or 2000 for example. I'm going to type 2000, okay, and like this. And additional needs, breakfast, here I mentioned like dinner, for example. I just mentioned dinner like that. Now let's try to run this API again. This time I'm going to run from here, and here let's check whether that value is coming properly or not. So first name Few updated 2, so it is updating. This is also updating. This price is also updating 2000, previously 300, now it is 2000. And now if we go this one additional set needs dinner. Previously it was breakfast, and right now we have dinner, so that means it is updating properly. And that's it. In this way we can easily update the data using this dashboard automatically, and we captured everything one by one. Here we don't need to manually update anything, whereas in the Postman, whenever we are doing, every time we need to change this data, this thing, then we need to modify this payload, this thing, a lot of things are happening, a couple of we need to do parallelly. Okay, but if we use REST assured, then we just need, right now the code is such a nice way. So if we change the payload, everything from here, this is a single file, if we change it, then everything is updating properly. Okay, and we don't need to think about what will be the like authentication token. Like Postman, we have to do it manually, separately, one by one, and then we can get the authentication token. So now for this case we don't need to do anything, and also the booking ID we are getting dynamically. So that's it. In the next video we'll see how we can delete this thing.